I have 4 more knots for you today. First one I'm going to do is one of the easiest ones. It's called a 4-legged knot. I've drawn the lines on just so you can see what I'm doing and a way of keeping them even. But you're going to just come down across the line, come back up as if you're just going to do a cross stitch. And this is just showing how they can be done in a line to make a little braided edge. You go back underneath with your needle pointing to the top, loop around, go back underneath again inside the loop, and that's going to pull you a little knot which you pull tight, pull over and put an equal size leg on this side. That's a 4-leg knot. I'll do an individual one here too, so whatever length you want. This is all 6 strands, back as if you're going to do a cross stitch. Put your needle through under the bar pointing upwards, loop around, back through the bar and let your needle come over the top of the loop. Pull the little knot tight, pull over and make the other leg of the cross. That is 4-legged knot. The next one is Palestrina stitch. It's almost the same knot, but we're going to do it above and below the line. So I'm coming up, I'm working right to left because as you'll notice I'm left-handed. I'm going to take a stitch under the line to over the line, like that. I'm going to come back through that loop and I'm going to come through it again, over the top of the loop to make the knot. And then I come along, decide how long my length wants to be. They can be very long or very shallow. I take the next little bite of material, below the line, above the line, and then we're back to do the same thing. Through the loop again, and this time let the loop go under your needle, pull the knot up, ready to do the next one. Below the line, above the line. This makes a nice scrolling stitch through the bar, through the bar again and through the loop. Next one is the Chinese knot, and it can be done, it's an odd knot because it can be done in a few different ways. Basically, it really is almost like a single wrap French knot. So you'll see other people twist things and go down. It's just a single wrap French knot. That is all it is. You pull it down, that is a Chinese knot. I can go up, I can do a twist, all I like. It doesn't matter. It's a single wrap French knot. But Chinese knot can also be done where you leave the loop. So this time I'm going to wrap around my needle, I'm going to put my needle down and do what you really don't do on a French knot, which is leave the loop. I'm going to hold the loop in while I pull down, and there I've got a loopy Chinese knot. And this can be done as little individual stitches. They bring a lot of texture. It's still a single wrap French knot. That is all. Think of it like that and you'll be able to do whatever you want. You can make them all the same size, just hold your loop, anchor it down. It is absolutely easy, easy, easy. Wrap round, French knot, needle down, make sure your loop's there, and as you pull it through, keep hold of the loop and you'll anchor down your little Chinese knot. And you can layer them up. You could make texture. They can be encouraged to stand up. I'll do one more just normally. So single wrap, down it goes, pull to the fabric, Chinese knot. The last stitch I'm going to do is bullion knot. the length of the stitch you want to make, that's where you're going to put your needle down. You're going to come back up at the beginning, like that. Push your needle through. And now the amount of wraps that you make need to equal the gap that you want to fill in. I'm just putting my finger in so I've got room to wrap my thread. I'm not counting them, I'm just looking at how big the space is there. And it's a bit of guesswork. You can always do a few more than you think. You might get a loop, we'll see. I'll take one off there. When you've got your wraps and you think you've got it the right size, you could actually just push your needle a little bit further through and you could lie it down and see whether that's going to fit. Now it looks a little bit big to me. I'm going to take a wrap off. There we go. Take a wrap off. And then when you're ready to pull through, there's no way of showing you properly because I'm going to have to hold that. And I hold the needle loosely, but enough to be able to pull my needle through. And the needle comes through and you still don't let go. You keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling. You keep pulling and you're still pulling upwards. And then as you get that you can't pull upwards anymore, you pull your thread over in the direction that your needle went in and you just help the wraps go down. And look, that's perfect. It's a good job I took that extra wrap off. And then your needle anchors that down. So I'll do another one here. I'll come up. I'll go there. Take my needle back to the start. Push it right the way through. And I'll just put my finger under there. So I've got room to put my wraps. And we'll go, I don't know, 3, 5, what have I got? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I've done a lot more than I need for that gap. We'll see what happens. I pull through, pull my needle, hold on all the time, hold on. As your needle comes through, just get my thread on, it's got a bit twisted there. Your needle comes through, just keep it going. Keep pulling, and then as you've got no more room there, pull your thread over and ease everything in. Now I did more than I needed, and if I put my needle down there, instead of being flat, I've now got a little loop. And that's quite often used like that in embroidery. So that's a flat one. I'll show you with my needle. That's a flat one to the fabric. This is a loopy one. And so there are things called bullion knot roses that will utilise the loopiness of that. And that is a bullion knot. If you've enjoyed seeing these, please like my channel and watch another video if you want. I've got some other stitch tutorials that are building up into a little library and lots of other things to see on my channel, all to do with hand stitching.